How one big client quietly killed her business. Here's what happened to someone I know that ended up closing down her business. When I first heard a story a few years back, it felt scary. She was running an agency, and on the surface, everything looked fine. She had around 10 clients, and the business was making money. But one client alone was responsible for almost 80% of her revenue. At the time, she felt like a big win. Her income was consistent, the numbers looked good, and it gave her a sense of security. She had like a sense of pride that she has made it. So naturally, she started building her life around that level of income. She upgraded her lifestyle, took on more commitments and planned her finances assuming that revenue would continue. But slowly, without realizing it, the business started becoming dependent on that one client. Now, the problem with that kind of dependence is simple. If the client decides not to renew, there's nothing you can do to fix it quickly. And that's exactly what happened. The following year, the client decided to not continue because the budget was reduced. When the contract didn't continue, most of our revenue disappeared almost overnight. The business didn't have enough time to adjust, and there wasn't a backup big enough to soften the impact. She thought the rest of the clients could cover her expenses, but it didn't. She tried to keep things afloat and eventually ended up closing down her business. Now, I've seen this before and I've experienced it myself. Big clients, you feel different. The money feels more stable, it feels more real, and it gives you the confidence to finally enjoy the upside of your work. So eventually, you'll pay yourself a proper bonus, you travel a bit, and you feel like the business has already reached a new level. That part is fine. The problem starts when your commitments grow faster than your client base. Because big clients are never guaranteed. Maybe you would have done a really good work and you thought that if the client is happy, they will continue. But you see, their budgets change, their priorities shift, and they will make different decisions. And the worst part is none of that have anything to do with how good your work is. When your business depends heavily on one client, it becomes fragile. And when that client leaves, it doesn't just hurt the numbers. In her case, it ended the business entirely. And for me, I don't believe in upgrading my lifestyle or business expense just because I have a big client. And I learned it in a hard way. It is surely something to celebrate, especially during your early days in business, but don't let it get to your head.